All right. What's going on, everybody? C4 here today. Hitting you early on Saturday just because I got nothing to do during the day. And tonight, you got some stuff that's going to be preoccupying me. But I promised last night during the live stream because I've been slacking a little bit on the live streams. No fault of my own. I have had my internet issues. But it seems as of last night and today, my internet seems to be running fine. So we're going to give it a go here with the 2012 Draft Connected Franchise Mode. So, if you, I don't know, I assume 95% of you guys have stopped in here before. What we do is just made an entire team out of the best from the 2012 NFL Draft. Well, there's a little bit of controversy at the quarterback spot. Who are we rolling with as our starter there? What we'll do in today's video, I think we'll send them mid-season and see how it goes from there. When we do play a game, we just play the moments, and then hopefully we can make a playoff run and see what we can do there. So let's take a quick look and gander here at the roster. We'll go depth chart here. If anyone wants to be a mod, I'm looking for a mod. I can take one mod. First guy says they want to be a mod. If they've been a mod before, you can be a mod. After I'm done going through the roster. So at the quarterback spot, we have Andrew Luck and Russell Wilson. We could mention RG3. I mean, everyone thought after RG3's big rookie season that it was going to be a combination of Andrew Luck and RG3 for the rest of the fucking season. Or the careers. They thought they were going to be forever linked together. Andrew Luck, RG3, going back and forth with MVPs. It looked like it was like that, and ever since then, RG3, I don't really know if you can say he just bombed, but it's more so, I think it's injuries caught up with RG3. Andrew Luck, they just have done a very terrible job there in Indianapolis to be, I'm going with this guy. We'll make this guy because I've seen him in before. I don't know how many of you guys, other guys by name for a mod. But I was, like I said, my mods, they change. I literally will make my mod randomly at random every video. So back to the quarterback spot. I don't really know who we're going to start with. Russell Wilson does have a higher overall, but I don't know. I can't put Andrew Luck in the title. We'll see what happens. At the midseason point, if it looks like we're winning, we'll go with Andrew Luck. If it looks like we suck, we'll see what we can do with Russell Wilson at this spot. The running back spot, a little bit weaker than we've seen in past videos, but it's still enough that I think we get the job done. We have Doug Martin, the Duggernaut from Boise State, who's been doing his thing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When he's healthy, he is a very good running back. It just seems to be fairly inconsistent. Didn't he have to go to like a drug rehab program or something like that? I think that would be an issue. Hey, we'll make this guy here. We'll have two mods going here. Guys, don't fuck around. I need some excellent mod here on Saturday with all 50 people that are watching this. But yeah, when the Doug Martin is healthy, he is really healthy, but I'm pretty sure he checked in like drug rehab or something like that. So hopefully he can get his life sorted out. And then we have Alfred Morris, who is just another guy in the long line of the running back stable that they have there with the Dallas Cowboys. Was really solid in his years with the Washington Redskins. Kind of surprised they got rid of him. I think they're living to regret that. It seems like they were going with Matt Jones as the eventual starter, and now I think they'd be much more satisfied having Alfred Morris there than they would Matt Jones. We'll have Morris start as our fullback. At the wide receiver spot, we have new Philadelphia Eagle, but he's been doing his thing for the Chicago Bears for 3-4 years here. That's Alshon Jeffrey. When he's healthy, he is a fringe top 10 wide receiver. It just seems like he's not injury prone either. It just seems like he's never 100%. Obviously Bears fans might have a different enlightenment on how you feel about Alshon Jeffrey, but I personally, as a fantasy football owner, I said Alshon Jeffrey 2 of the last 3 seasons. He's always questionable, every single week, so hopefully he can get that under wraps. We have T.Y. Hilton, who led the league in receiving yards last year under Andrew Luck. He was one of the guys back in this year's draft class. This was actually when I first started to do YouTube videos around the draft. I said T.Y. Hilton was my favorite sleeper at the wide receiver spot. And I'm going to say, it wasn't because I watched a great amount of tape. To be completely honest with you, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but what you do is play NCAA. I remember I did Florida International as a rebuild team kind of in NCAA, and this wide receiver T.Y. Hilton, who was insane. He went off for me. I was like, man, it was my bias from playing NCAA with T.Y. Hilton. Because I mean, who the fuck's watching Florida International games? And now look what he's done. He's been a big-time playmaker. And then to continue with the speed, we have Travis Benjamin from the University of Miami. I don't know who the hell drafted him. I think maybe it was the Cleveland Browns. Then he went to the Chargers last year in free agency. He had a decent season, not a phenomenal season, to be honest with you. The tight end spot, we have Kobe Fleener and Dwayne Allen. Both these guys were drafted by the Colts. That's why we use the Colts as the base team with Luck, Fleener, and Allen. Dwayne Allen now has been traded to the New England Patriots as, the act is Rob Gronkowski's sidekick in those two tight end sets. And Fleener's, I don't know if you can really grade his season with the Saints last year overly positive. I think they were really hoping that he could be the second coming of Jimmy Graham in that offense, and fell quite short of that, but he did have occasionally a big game or two, and they're hoping he can develop in his second year. Offensive line is looking fairly solid, very consistent. We have Cordy Glenn of the Buffalo Bills at left tackle. At left guard, we have David DeCastro of the Pittsburgh Steelers out of Stanford, 90 overall. Center will be Ben Jones, who went from the Texans. I think he was drafted from the Texans, and he's now on the Tennessee Titans at 83. Right guard, we have Kalishi Semele, who was drafted by the Ravens, I believe, and recently took a big, I think he's the highest paid guard in the NFL by the Oakland Raiders, and he was very, very good last year. And the right tackle spot, we have Kevin Zeitler, who recently just signed with the Cleveland Browns, was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals. We moved him from right guard to right tackle, where he's an 85. We also have Matt Khalil, who was, I think, the first offensive lineman took in that draft, if I do remember so correctly, by the Minnesota Vikings, who's now on the, I think he moved to Carolina this year in free agency. Look at the defensive side of the ball. We're running a 4-3 and not a 3-4. So what we're going to be doing is we have Chandler Jones as one defensive end. He was drafted by the Patriots. Is very good, very productive with the Patriots until they did a very Patriot-like move and decided to move him for some picks, or I can't remember what they got in terms of compensation from the Cardinals when they traded him. And then at right defensive end, we're going to Olivier Vernon, who, kind of slow start to his career, but then he had one big year at Miami, and then he went to free agency, and now he's doing his thing for the Giants. And he's, I think personally, in my unbiased opinion, I think Vernon, if I was building a team, I'd rather take Vernon than JPP, and that's just my hot take. We got the defensive tackle spots. We have Fletcher Cox, monster. Yeah, about top 3 defensive tackle in the NFL right now. And then we're pairing with Dontari Poe, who in this scheme went from a 79. I didn't adjust I'm just using the last roster update that came with Madden. He's a 79. But then we put him in this Colts 4-3 defense. He bumps right up to an 85. And that's kind of what the transition is going to be for him this year when he's going to Atlanta Falcons. So it's going to be interesting to see what Poe can do with the Falcons this season. Left outside linebacker, remove Luke Kuechly from middle to outside linebacker. He's a 99 everywhere. Best linebacker in the NFL. Middle linebacker, we're going with Bobby Wagner of the Seattle Seahawks. Another guy, very talented. This was one of the strongest linebacking cores, or groups, I guess you could say. I think out of all the drafts that we will do, this will be the strongest linebacking core. So we have Kuechly, we have Bobby Wagner, and then at right outside linebacker, we're with Dante Hightower from the New England Patriots, 90 overall. Not an ideal scheme fit. I think he could play everywhere, but at 265 pounds, he's a little bit big for a 4-3 outside linebacker, but he's going to be he's fast enough and productive enough that he should be decent for us. At the quarterback spot, we got Josh Norman, 9-1, who, kind of came over to Coastal Carolina. I think, he didn't test well at the combine, and then had an amazing year with the Carolina Panthers 2 years ago. And even last year, he wasn't an absolute ass with the Washington Redskins. I don't think he lived up to his contract, but it was going to be very tough for him to live up to that contract regardless. But I still think he was much better than, some people are trying to think that last year he was terrible. I don't think really that's the case. I just think it was a different defense there in Washington. You have Ja'Joris Jenkins, who's now on the Giants, was drafted by the Rams. Might be the best corner I've ever seen wear a Florida Gator uniform, and he's a monster. And then the other corner is going to be Stephon Gilmore, who recently signed with the New England Patriots in free agency, but has been very solid for the Buffalo Bills. At the free safety, we're going George Aloka, who, pay attention to George Aloka. George Aloka's career path, because right now a lot of people are hyping up Obi Melifonwu, the safety from UConn. Let's just see what happens between him and George Aloka. And then what we're going to do is we got Harrison Smith at strong safety, one of the best safeties in the NFL. I think he's a higher rated as a free, more natural position, but because we need to try to have the highest overall possible, let's go with Harrison Smith. What's with having Lucky Cox in the title? Get it? It's Andrew Luck and Fletcher Cox. Andrew Luck. Hilarious. So yeah. Where's the Huskies franchise? Someone's asked before we jump in. Literally, it's draft season, so the guy already answered it. But what I'm doing is where I did the 7-round mock draft, and then the next day you guys would get me using the rookies in Madden. I'm gonna stop with that, doing those videos, the rookies in Madden. They're kind of, I still get like twice the amount of views in the mock drafts, and I'm using that as a gauge. So what do you guys want to see? I'm not just view whoring myself out here on the side of the corner here, just like, hey guys, you guys want to see what I got to offer here? $40, No. I usually use my views and likes and all that stuff to see what you guys like, and it seems like the rookie stuff, plus it kind of overlaps with the series I do every June, which is where I show my predictions for all the Madden 18 rosters after the actual drafts is completed. So I found a little bit redundant, so I will be stopping those, and that will free up time, certainly, for me to, because of the 7-round mocks, that's still quite a bit of time I have to, give up, if you will, to make videos. But But yeah, I really want to jump right back into the franchise modes, especially the Huskies one is not as important to me personally as my Philadelphia Eagles one. My Eagles one, I want to finish it. I want to play it right till when Carson Wentz retires. So I'm going to have to probably switch the formats up and speed the videos up a little bit because, Madden 18 season is quickly coming upon us. We only got another 2 months until really the Madden 18 season hype begins. So I'm going to have to figure out what best way to deviate that. And if you tuned into the live stream last night, not only are we going to be doing the top 3 most requested rebuild revives, where I revisit previous rebuilds, we also are going to be debuting Chip Kelly rebuilds, which are going to be fucking hilarious. I think you guys are going to like it. I have a bunch of ideas already done for that. I'm not sure if this coming Friday I'm going to debut the first Chip Kelly rebuild or the first revival. Not exactly sure yet, but here's a reason. Here's a quick explanation maybe for the Chip Kelly rebuild. I'm going to do the teams that I said weren't good enough for me to do, or weren't bad enough, if you will, for me to do a rebuild realistically, because I'd just be destroying the team. Teams like the Steelers, Seahawks, Cardinals, Cowboys, stuff like that. Those are the teams that I'm going to initially start to do with the Chip Kelly rebuild. So that if you're a fan of every team, you're going to see a different style of rebuild. But I don't want to go too much into depth of that. But I'm not sure what the order will be. There's just a lot going on here. But all I can say is that I will be stopping or discontinuing the mock draft post video, I guess, where I actually play with the rookies in there, just so I can free up. Because that's actually like 20 minutes a day I can put towards other videos. So we're sitting at a perfect 8-0 record right now, which is pretty nice. I think, I think it's pretty cool to have that. Yeah, for the series, like I said, there's so many series going on. That's why I'm trying my best to live stream as much as I possibly can. I don't know, literally, I don't want to. Oh, we lost. Come on. I don't want to live stream. I don't want to plan live streams and not be able to fulfill them because I just feel like I'm a lying asshole. But if I can live stream every other night, perhaps, just so I can slowly start pounding away at all these series that I have that I want to get done, so be it. Like I said, we're on the 2012 draft class. We're going all the way to 2016. These are the ones that I'm going to put priority on because obviously these videos aren't going to be as topical after the draft. So I got these ones. We got the Madden Greats. We got the Super Bowl or Bust. We got the college rosters Legendary. We got the Eagles Connected Franchise Mode. The Huskies Connected Franchise Mode. The 7-round mock drafts. There is a lot of stuff here. So let's just, let me take a quick look here at the schedule. I do want to play at least 2 matches here before we jump into the playoffs. So we'll play against the Texans. We'll sim these 2. Go the Jags because we're obviously going to be getting a playoff berth. And then we'll play right through the playoffs. Why don't I use a face cam? Because my computer sucks. If I run my webcam with... I actually have a pretty decent webcam too because I bought it for Skype and shit like that. When I run it in my recording software, my computer just starts to fucking lag out on me and there's a big... I don't know, it just shits the bed. But I am going to be looking at upgrading my entire setup before the beginning of Madden 18 so I could be, operating on the highest levels of efficiency. But I will say, because I am going to be trying to up the frequency of my live streams, if you don't follow me on Twitter, which is at beastmode_TV, that's where I always will post, that I'm going to be starting a stream. I might ask you guys what you want to see in a stream. And plus, I also my tweets are fucking fire, so you guys can watch that. Were the Eagles always your favorite NFL team? Correct. What round will Sidney Jones go in now that he's going to play next season? Still, I still think he'll be second round. No one's gonna take a gamble on that in the first round. It's an Achilles, man. I had a torn Achilles. It's gonna be a miracle if he can play before week 8 at the absolute earliest. So we don't play defense here. What the fuck? I'll be cautiously optimistic with a guy like that. All right, let's go 3rd and 2. Let's rock and roll with a little bit of a run play. We got Doug. We got the Duggernaut back here. Yeah, that is a little bit hot take. Look, Andrew Luck. That was, who's going to be our quarterback? Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck. I think if I was starting a team and you said I could have one of the two, I probably would take Andrew Luck over Russell Wilson. I don't know if that's a hot take necessarily. It's just, Depends what my offensive line looks like. If I have a good offensive line, I'll probably go with Andrew Luck. If I have a shittier offensive line, I need my quarterback to make plays with his feet. It's a scheme fit. What do you want to run with your team? They're pretty different in terms of quarterbacks. I don't think you need me to tell you that. But even Andrew Luck can run, man. Andrew Luck is one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the NFL today. Can you put your girlfriend in another video? Yes, we have a live stream, I think, in 2 weeks scheduled. And it wasn't really a plan, is that I did 2 videos with her, a part 1 and a part 2. And the part 1 was corrupted, so I uploaded part 2. And to do part 1, I just found it'd be easier just for us to do a live stream. As we take off with Andrew Luck and Skip Prince. So yes, she will be back in a video sooner than later. But I wouldn't say Russell Wilson's overrated. I don't think you could say that's a little, I don't know. I think, get a little Dennis Green when you ask me about my opinion on Russell Wilson. I think he is who we think he is. He's a good, not great quarterback that has a skill set that a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL don't have, but he has certain limitations. Oh, yes. Alshon. Ooh, Chavo. Boop. Yeah, the Seahawks bandwagon seems pretty huge. One of my good friends used to actually live. I think he actually lived in Seattle, and he's like, yeah, no one liked the Seahawks, and now everyone likes the Seahawks. Just over the last, how 5 years, pretty much after they drafted Richard Sherman, when they brought Pete Carroll in. That's when everyone started liking them. There we go, throwing the run, hits T.Y. ready to fuck Hilton, gets a touchdown. EDP or Chip Kelly? I don't know. For what? What am I doing? In a fight? Chip Kelly. Oh, there we go. Where do you think Trubisky will go? Now, I know I did in my mock draft. I had Trubisky going to the 49ers. And I do think if I'm the Niners, it's more so, I think Trubisky at 2, if I'm a Niners fan, I would be against that. But they need a quarterback. Right now, they're rolling into the fucking season with exactly the same scenario at the quarterback spot that the Bears had last year. And the Bears pick 1 pick ahead of them. So that, they have to do something with the quarterback spot. That they need a starter, I think, and they have to go Trubisky. But then that can be said, are they reaching for Trubisky here? Is that a bad pick? You throw up to Alshon. Oh, shit. I think the best fit for a Mitch Trubisky, personally, 12 to the Cleveland Browns. If I was going to say, as a fan of a team that would need a quarterback and looking at all the teams that need a quarterback, what would I... Not necessarily what makes the most sense. Like I said, I think Trubisky, under a guy like Kyle Shanahan, makes a decent amount of sense. I think you can get the most out of him. But I just feel like, 12 should be where Trubisky goes. And I personally wouldn't touch any other quarterback in the first round. Even though I'm a big fan of Deshaun Watson. I hope Deshaun Watson becomes the next Russell Wilson or something like that. But I just don't think that, I don't know. I just think with Niner fans, man, they want quick results. That's like the biggest thing. I don't know what happened. Maybe they changed things, but still the same owner. And it seems like they only gave Chip Kelly 1 year. What were they expecting? What were you truly expecting Chip Kelly to do with probably the worst roster on paper in 1 year? And if they're doing the same kind of, they're going to have that same kind of approach this year, you're not going to be able to get anything with Brian Hoyer. At least maybe if you get a quarterback like a Trubisky, you could say, well, he's developing. Kind of what happens with Carson Wentz. He's developing. We had a rookie head coach. Give them, optimism will be high that they can put it all together in 1 more year. I think it was organizational pick. Because I think the goals... Oh, there we go. Big catch there from Kobe Fleener. I think the goals behind... I don't even know. You can't even call them goals because they're not realistic. Whatever that the 49ers set for their coaches and stuff. They still think that they have the roster that they had when Jim Harbaugh was there. Hello, everybody that's tuning in the chat. Thank you very much. Oh, Alshon. I cannot wait. That's another thing that's made me kind of bummed out playing my Eagles Connected franchise mode is that, obviously now with Alshon Jeffrey, he'd be so much fun to use with my roster, and now he's not there. Like I could trade for him, but we're only like 3 years in. But I'm gonna continue on with that. But Alshon, I cannot wait to play my Eagles Connected franchise mode next year. This Alshon Jeffrey is a beast. As we get up to the 1 yard line. Do you think the Eagles would go in on Mixon? 100%. On the Eagles, Joe Mixon's there in the... Okay, if Joe Mixon's there, let's break it down. If Joe Mixon's there in the 4th round, which is, I actually think there's a fair amount of people that think, what the hell was that? All right, we just botched our fucking run play. Joe Mixon's there in the 4th round. If you don't pick him into the Eagles, I may have to, I will make the scorching the earth video on that if they don't do that. If 3rd round, I'm going to be infuriated if they don't get him. 2nd round, I think they should get him, personally. I think that would be the best type. First, the first, I don't think. I think a 1st round for a guy with the baggage that Joe Mixon has. Even there's limitations to what your PR team can cover. I think when you say that Joe Mixon is the top player in your on your board and you take him with the 1st round, I don't know, man. I think you may have to be. That's gonna be a tough one to sell to the fan base. But 95% of our fan base welcome Michael Vick in with open arms. It's similar scenarios. Oh my God. But I did see that the Eagles were scheduled to have a workout with him, Joe Mixon. So, I mean, it's something. At least you can kind of, hone your head on that they are interested. They're not completely ignoring the fact that the game-changing running back for our scheme is in the draft and should be somewhat affordable. Who will do better next year, the Bears or the Browns? I think the Bears. Jesus Christ. Even though my opinion slightly changed on Mike Glennon after he used him, my Madden opinion of Mike Glennon after he used him in the Toronto Huskies series where he was absolute ass for us, I still think Mike Glennon has potential. I'm not going to say he's going to be a franchise QB by any means. I think there's a little bit more optimism that the Bears, who also have a stronger roster on paper than the Browns, I think they should do better. What's my opinion on what Joe Mixon did? So it's all hearsay. You have the girl's side of the story and you have the guy's side of the story. The girl's side of the story is that this football player came in, harassed her gay friend, and that was it. And then you have then he fucking clocked her. And then you have the Joe Mixon side of the story where he said that the girl pushed him, spit on him, and called him the N-word. So, it's all about who you really believe. Who do you think is going to be who's more truthful? Is it the football player that's trying to save his ass? Or is it the girl that, oh my God, I hate playing the fucking Texans, man. Is it the girl that's trying to, or is it the football player that's trying to save his ass in this scenario that you're trying to cheer for? Or is this the girl that hopefully can make a couple bucks or something like that from the university to keep quiet? I think there's too much likelihood. I think it's probably a bit of both. And if it's somewhere between A and B in that scenario, I think what Joe Mixon did is not as bad as what people think. Do you think that Jamal Charles will get picked up? Me and my buddy were actually talking about this the other day, and I think Jamal Charles will be mid-season pickup to a team that let's try to make a playoff push and doesn't have a running back. I think Jamal Charles will work out. Teams are a little bit optimistic. I think if you have to be buyer beware with Jamal Charles right now because he's never fucking healthy to save his life. Oh, let's go. Oh! But, that's what I think. If I had to put money on, I'm going to say Jamal Charles will sign with a team mid-season that has their starting running back get hurt. And then, like a team, I don't know what team could sign him. To be honest, I have no idea what teams one running back and then they're done. Maybe like a Texan. I think the Texans, if they get Tony Romo, they may be, playing their hand that they're all in for 1 year. They want to try to win right now. And then if someone like Lamar Miller went down, I wouldn't be surprised if Jamal Charles is still on the market, them to see, depending on what their salary cap is, to try to work that into the books. Let's take it off here. We only need a field goal to win it. Are you going to stream the draft, or are you only going to stream day one? So that's still a work in progress, because I've been saying for quite some time I want to live stream the first round of the draft. I just don't know if the logistics are going to work out right now, which is kind of disappointing. I have an idea, backup plan, scheduled for the draft. which is very YouTube friendly for me to do it. But I will still try. I'm not giving up hope that I can live stream during the first round. It's just more so because it's in Philly and I really want to watch the draft. I don't want to have to like watch it on my phone or some shit. I want to get the full enjoyment out of the draft. You know, I want to see everyone boo every pick. That's what you want to see. So that's work in progress. Like I said, I'm gonna meet with my tax man sooner than later and see what I can and cannot write off, and if I can upgrade my full setup here, which it looks like I may be able to. We may be cooking. We may be cooking with some fire here. Not too long on Beast Mode TV. Third and 14. Let's go here. Boom. Kobe Fleener. That should be field goal range. Oh, let's go, T.Y. I want that touchdown. I don't want them fucking with me with that wonky. Let's call a timeout and give a weird camera angle for a field goal because that's stupid. Which two corners would you be upset with us getting in the first and third? If we went first and third, I would be upset with Marlon Humphrey and Trey White would probably be the two corners I think I'd be not ecstatic with the first. And then the third round, I mean, I don't know. There's not going to be... I don't really think there's that much of a reach with anyone in the third round. Maybe Marquez White from Florida State. But most third-round corners that are going to be there, I'd be all right with. Cornelder, I'd be cool with that. Rasul Douglas, I'd be cool with that. Oh, no. Hey, we recovered it. There we go. Who do I think made the best moves during the free agency period so far? Patriots. You think the Eagles are going to bolster the corner core with Nickel Roby-Coleman? I think where did he visit somewhere? Oh my God, rest in peace. I think he visited the Vikings or something like that. Eagles haven't even shown any interest. There's been nothing from the beat writers, so maybe not. I personally would like to go after him because I think we have to address the corner spot. And a couple of guys that I've liked are already gone, like a Sterling Moore, he's gone. Trayvon Webster is gone. How come people talk? Yeah, exactly. How come people talk about Joe Mixon, they don't talk about Dalvin Cook in the same regard? That is 100% true because Dalvin Cook wasn't caught on camera. As we won that, also congratulations C4 on the walk-off victory here over the Houston Texans. Straight cat, make me mod again. I only want one mod. I only need one mod. You can be mod if you're first in, first out. I cleared out all my mods. I'm a Bears fan. Losing Jeffrey to you guys was depressing. Disappointing. Sorry. You know, that's what happens. You win some, you lose some. I think we earned a wide receiver like Alshon Jeffrey, dealing with what the fuck we had to deal with last year with our wide receiver core, all right? Carson Wentz deserves to have some guy that can actually catch the ball. I live in Buffalo and I've seen NRC play the nickel, and he holds up well. Like I said, he's solid. I think he's going to be somewhat affordable. We don't have a whole lot of cap room, if any. So, we're going to have to see what we do. Oh, Jesus Christ. Straight Cash is getting in a timeout. We're going to have to send him to the corner. As we're 12-2. Guy's just triggered. He's getting timed out for 300 seconds. We're going to see what happens if he comes back. Maybe we'll act a little bit better. I know some of you guys out there are children, so I gotta try to, well, not children, you hate that. I'm not a kid, I'm 14. Sometimes, every now and then, you gotta tell them to go in the fucking corner and sit down. You know, I'm a parent now. I'm a father, so I need to handle as such. Who do you think the Bears take in the first? I think it will be between Jamal Adams and Jonathan Allen. But I personally don't see an issue with their safeties right now. If I'm a Bears fan, I think Amos is solid. He's a good cover guy, and I think with the sign of Quentin Demps, you get a guy there that can start and contribute for 2 years. So why not address the defensive end spot, which your two defensive ends are fucking who are they? Mitch Unrein and someone else. I definitely think that Jonathan Allen could contribute more to the defensive side of the ball than you maybe addressing a Jamal Adams. But then he does have, I think he has like arthritis or something crazy in his shoulders. So I could see maybe they look somewhere else. I don't know. But I think they go defense. Favorite linebacker this year? Jared Davis. Jared Davis. From the University of Florida. Record prediction for the Eagles? I think I already said, I think 9 wins. I think they'll go 9-7. I don't know. I think they'll contend for a wild card. I just don't think we're gonna have such a young secondary that I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Oh, what the fuck? Come on, catch that shit, bruh. Akeem Hicks and Bullard are the two defensive ends. Well, I know for sure that are you gonna use insane Chip Kelly thumbnails for your Chip Kelly rebuilds? Yes, I will. I will be doing that. Akeem Hicks and Bullard are the defensive ends. I'm a big fan of John Bullard, to be completely honest with you. But I still think a guy like Jonathan Allen, you gotta build your lines. There we go, make the catch. And I don't hate on the Browns, bro. I don't hate on the Browns. I want to see the Browns succeed. That's what everyone wants. There needs to be more parity in the league, and it's about time. Like that was so exciting with the Raiders this year. It's like finally a team that's been laughable for so long is actually looking good. It's exciting. It's something different. It's not the Patriots, Broncos, Steelers every goddamn year in the AFC. I want to see some parity up there. So I'll pull for the Browns. I hope the Browns can do a complete 180 and go 15-1 next year. Plus, I'm a fan of El Presidor, and he's a big-time Browns fan. I don't know if any of you guys used to be a year or two ago. He's a big-time Call of Duty guy. I did football videos, and I like seeing him. Hope his team does well. Thank you for loving the new 7-round series. I'm going to actually record that after... Oh, that was bad. I'm going to record... Fuck off. I'm going to record it after I'm done this. Who am I doing now? Who's after the Titans? The Jets? I'm going to have to record the Jets. Biggest steal in this year's draft. So what defines a steal? Oh my god, terrible pass. What defines a steal in the draft? See, I don't necessarily know. Is that a guy that, like, not top 10 pick? Or is that the guy that's going to be found in the middle rounds that is going to be very productive? I like a guy like Budda Baker, potentially for a steal, especially if a team views him more as a corner than a safety. As like a starting nickel corner. I think you may get a lot of upside there. First round, man, it's Jared Davis. I think Jared Davis could very well end up being the top linebacker from this year's draft class. He has potential. Different style than what you get with a Reuben Foster. Oh my god, let's throw it away. Build a Mudhead team and make a Super Bowl run in franchise. I was thinking about something like that. I do like the Mudhead website, even though I don't play Ultimate Team whatsoever. I was thinking maybe I let you guys make a franchise on Mutt that may have a theme about it. You send me it, and that's what I'll do in a live stream. I'll do a franchise mode based off of the team you guys build in Ultimate Team. But I'll use like the roster, the ratings that are in Ultimate Team. I was thinking about something like that. Just when I start to run out of ideas here for Ultimate Team, when I start to run out of ideas for my live streams, I think that could be something nice little way to interact with all the friends here. Oh. Obi Melifonwu, boom or bust? I think he's closer to being a Taylor Mays than he is being the next Cam Chancellor. If that answers your question. Oh, tiptoe. Question from Europe. When are you making the predicting Eagles record video? Closer. I got way too early right now. Got the schedule, and that's about it. After the draft could maybe be the first one. Even then, man, it's too early. There's so many things that could change between now and then. Carson Wentz could get. I'm not even gonna jinx it, but something could happen to Carson Wentz, and then things could change. Things could change. Too much between now and then. We'll wait a little bit closer. All right, let's get Alshon, Ty. Come on. Damn straight I put you in a timeout, bruh. You gotta act mature. You gotta have some chill in the live stream. You kept like spamming the same question 9 times, spamming. I can't have my mods spam. That's a bad look on me. I need my mods to be held in a high regard. Okay? Do you think there will be a team outside the U.S. by 2020? Nope. I think the whole London thing's bullshit. I think it'd be Canada #1, Mexico 2, London 3 in terms of other countries getting it. But I just don't think it'll happen. As much as I want it to happen, I just don't think it's going to happen. Oh, that was bad. Oh, hey, nice little grab. Watson to the Chargers. I think a team like San Diego, very similar to maybe, obviously with the Ben Roethlisberger retirement rumors, which I thought were complete bullshit, but maybe there's a little bit more validity to those. Or that entire draft class. Phillip Rivers, the Chargers. Pittsburgh Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger. Giants, Eli Manning. They could all look at some of those quarterbacks this year. Oh, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the run plays that we have here in the Colts default playbook. Would you still be hyped to see Philly get teased? If it was in the second round, yes. If it's in the first round, yes. I would be. Even though he had a terrible combine, I think he's the perfect fit for a Jim Schwartz scheme. We don't need speed necessarily in a Jim Schwartz defensive scheme. If there was a team in Canada, would you switch with them or stay with the Eagles? I would stay with the Eagles, but I would cheer for them. Because if a team goes to Canada, it'll most likely be in the AFC. So then I could just kind of say, well, they're my AFC team, but I'm an Eagles fan through and through. I'll never not having the Philadelphia Eagles. I spent way too much money. I love that team too much. I love that city. I love visiting Philly too much to ever change. Greatest quarterback ever. Dan Marino. Tom Brady. Pick your choice. One of the two. What round will Davis Webb go? Second round, I think. I think in my mock draft, I think I had him going in the second round as well. Who should Dallas draft in the first and second? Well, I will be having my mock draft for the Cowboys will be out eventually. So it should away. So I don't want to spoil it. But I think Dallas has to go defensive side of the ball. One thing, though, that is kind of interesting is with Doug Free retiring, what are they going to do at the right tackle spot? We all know everything that Dallas does reflects on that offensive line. And I don't really think the Dallas offensive line can, I don't think they can take a step back on the offensive side of the ball. That is really what makes Dak Prescott, their quarterback, their new franchise quarterback, successful. So I don't think having a Band-Aid anywhere on that offensive line, even though that could be said about Doug Free. He's been pretty terrible. He's been the worst player on that offensive line. They may want to look at splurging on a right tackle. There's going to be a right tackle at the bottom end. They can get a Garrett Bolles. They can get Cam Robinson. Someone like that could be there. They want to continue to build their offensive side of the ball. But I think they have to go defense. I think they go edge rusher, secondary. Secondary for sure, because right now who's their only starting corner on Dallas? They have Anthony Brown. The fuck? Get out of this shit. Let's try to get a score and to win this game. That is, I think, if the Steelers do draft a quarterback, it would probably, I don't think there's that much validity. I don't know why Ben Roethlisberger's been pretty healthy, all things considered. Then again, he's just incredibly tough, so you never know if he's playing hurt or not. But yeah, I think if the Steelers invest high, I'd say first 2 rounds in a quarterback, maybe they know something we don't about Ben Roethlisberger's future. Oh, no. I think what we don't know maybe is, probably the Steelers have a feel. Like, if Ben Roethlisberger comes back, is he like next year is going to be his last year or something like that? Or, I don't know. It seems to me like no one really knows what's going on there. Should Arsenal pay Sanchez or no? Yes, they should. I give him the checkbook and say, write a number in here. You can have whatever number you want. As that was terrible, we're probably going to lose this game now. "17 seconds, baby. Let's go." Who do I think is going to be on the cover for Madden 18? Probably Ezekiel Elliott, if I had to guess. So I get, look at that, fucking corner blitz every time, baby, every time. See what we can do. I'm gonna say Zeke Elliott for cover. Ooh, this game's over. He didn't have a chance. Where will Romo... Okay, speed round. Where will Tony Romo end up? Houston. What round should we address defensive end, defensive tackle as the Philadelphia Eagles? I'm thinking 4th. Who do you think will win the Heisman next year? Probably Saquon Barkley. What team gets Adrian Peterson? Raiders. Did you watch the Gators game last night? I fell asleep. That's what happened. Oh, look. Donovan McNabb, Ultimate Legends. Hope you guys buy some mutt packs and get that. Bum, bum, bum. Do you think Roger Goodell deserves all the hate he gets? 100%. That guy's a fucking idiot. Alright, so we finished with a 13-3 record. Fairly strong. We should get a first round bye. We will take a quick look at the final regular season stats to see where we're at. Now we got a bye. Nice. We have the number 5 ranked defense. That's pretty chill. Should the Eagles bring back Kelly Green? Yes, they should. Do you have a big dick? Well, got my girlfriend pregnant while she was on the medication, so obviously, you know. Yeah, I'm hung like a light switch, bud. Let's take a quick look at the stats here. So Andrew Luck, 3,800 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And we got, Russell Wilson got a couple snaps there. Okay. Cool. Doug Martin, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 14 touchdowns from Alfred Morris. That's pretty goddamn good 200 tandem right there. Receiving, we got 80 receptions, 800 yards, and 15 touchdowns from Kobe Fleener. 1,100 yards, almost 1,200 yards, and 12 touchdowns from Alshon. 632 and 3 from T.Y. and 750 and 6 from Travis Benjamin. On the defensive side of the ball, 127 tackles from Bobby Wagner. Leading the team in sacks was 14 with Chandler Jones, 9.5 for Vernon, 5.5 for Fletch Cox. Every interception, 6 from Josh Norman, 4 from Harrison Smith, 3 from Gilmore, 3 from Wagner, 2 from Kuechly, 2 from Aloka. Not bad. Defense was a beast. Opinions on Marcus Smith starting after cutting Connor Barwin. It's going to be Vinny Curry that starts. But Marcus Smith will definitely see an increase in snaps, that's for sure. Best wide receiver in this year's draft class. Corey Davis. I really, really hope that Corey Davis does have private workouts so we can kind of get a better sample of where he's looking after all his surgeries. But I think if I needed a wide receiver, which Philadelphia still might need, and if you're a team that is wide receiver hungry, I mean, I had Corey Davis go on today's video. He went real early. He went number 5 to the Titans. Who's your favorite NHL team? Florida Panthers. What do you think of the Richard Sherman trade rumors? I think they're nothing but rumors. They're not going to trade Richard Sherman. He's too marketable. His contract's pretty tight. I don't know exactly what the specifics are, but usually when you sign a corner to the kind of money Richard Sherman got, the cap hits are fairly astronomical. All right, here we go. First playoff game against the Bengals. We all know how the Bengals do in the playoffs. They usually choke. So let's see what we can do here. And yeah, so the next one will be the... Do you keep up with high school prospects? Yes and no. I have high school prospects ranked for my Eagles Connected Franchise mode if I ever get to that point where I can use real high school prospects like the 5 stars, the 4 stars. Most of them I just did all the 5-star recruits. But I don't mean, obviously, it's almost pedophilia territory, whatever. Modal. Oh, that was bad. They still catch shit. That should have been a pick, but Alshon, big dick swanging. Why'd you ban me, but not the guy who asked you if you have a big dick? Well, I mean, that first of all, anytime I can talk about my dick, it's pretty good. And second of all, I made you a mod and you spammed the same question 48 times. Do you like TJ Watt? I think he's solid. Favorite NBA team? Don't really have one. Clipper, whatever team Blake Griffin's on, and the Toronto Raptors. Thoughts on Jake Allen? I'm not gonna lie. Oh, come on. Ooh, look at this run. The Duggar. Oh my God. If that would have been a touchdown, that would have been probably the best run I've had all Madden. Like I said, Jake Allen, not 100% sure about. I've been all draft, not college. All I know for Florida right now is Felipe Franks. Looks every bit of a franchise. Obviously, he's not a franchise. A legit starting quarterback, but I don't know. I heard he had a pretty bad spring game or spring camp last year. Will J.J. Watt break the all-time sack record? Probably not. I just don't see him playing that long. I think with already like the back injury and stuff like that, J.J. Watt's not going to play as long as Bruce Smith did. Because we all know Bruce Smith had to play an extra like 5 goddamn years just so he could beat Reggie White. Julio or AB? Julio. Just to do a wrestling reference. Julio Jones is 6 foot tall, and you can't teach that. I think Antonio Brown's the more skilled player. Obviously, the fact that he can put up similar stats without having anywhere near the same height, weight, speed. But I think the better overall player is you can't teach 6'4", bruh. He's good. All right, let's go. Third down alert. We'll go screen. The screen passes haven't really been working too well, but we'll see what happens. Bird dog or bacon cheeseburger? Bacon cheeseburger every day. Here in Canada, it's Burger Week. I gotta go cop a burger real quick. Five Guys burger and fries. That's what we doing. Opinion on Danielle Hunter. Why are you ignoring my comment? I didn't see it. I don't check the... Keep asking it. Don't spam it. I'll get to most of these. Danielle Hunter, I think he's going to be very good. Let's go. Alshon is putting in work right now. He's getting that action, boss. Best Canadian pizza joint? There is none. Pizza Hut sucks because it's too expensive. I personally like cheap pizza. So we'll get, I don't know, Domino's. Should the Eagles keep DGB, Aguilar, Tregs? They're going to keep Aguilar because it costs too much money. Like, they'll fucking eat salary, bunch of dead money if they cut him. So, yeah. Oh, my God. Come on, 14. Make the block. Cordy Glenn. Sing O Canada. In English or French? I'm not singing O Canada. I do you guys a favor putting this live stream out early in the morning. Don't put me on the spot. I'll sing O Canada if you donate $35. And I'll sing it in French and in English. Outside of that, we're here for football. Tim Hortons is the GOAT. Tim Hortons is not terrible. It's not great, though. All right, come on. Let's get a touchdown here. Boom. Fit that into Alshon. And he drops it. Third and 12, what should you do? C4 special. There we go. fuck, we're losing. Okay. Come on. Why did Byron go to the Rams? I thought they run a 4-3. No, they run a 3-4. They got Wade Phillips there now. Oh, shit. Boop, boop, boop. Four-yard line. I think that's. I think we know what's happening here. Oops. Strong toss. Who will be the first overall pick next year? Rosen, probably. Quarterback. Andrew Luck overrated? No. Shitty team. Shitty GM. Shitty coach. Auto, come on. There we go. Let's go pimp in. Let's run this ball. Get that clock down there. Do you think we should trade up for Marshawn Lattimore? I would like Marshawn Lattimore now with Sidney Jones being hurt, but I don't necessarily want us to give up picks. I think we need a lot of picks because we have to reload on the defensive side of the ball. Depends what the cost is. If we could flip future, I don't know what. Like, literally, I think it'd cost too much for us to trade it for Lattimore. Buying into Darnold. He's you gotta be. It's like, you're playing with fire when you're gambling with a USC quarterback. To be completely honest with you, you look real good, but sometimes your buddy's sister can look real good, but you ain't gonna fuck her. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on USC quarterbacks. Who do you think the Packers should draft? Well, glad you asked that because eventually I'll be doing a 7-round mock draft for the Packers. But I think it's quite clear they're going to have to address the defensive side of the ball, be it a edge rusher, be it, corner. I don't know necessarily if they go safety. Their safety's not terrible. Clinton Dixon, Morgan Burnett. Where's Lamar Jackson going in the draft? That's the hardest thing. I don't know what he's going to want to play. I think just from all the interview stuff, he's not going to be one of those guys that wants to switch position. I think a guy like J.T. Barrett may look at switching his position, but I think Lamar Jackson is confident that he can make the transition to play quarterback at the next level. But I have no idea. Depends if he develops, man. Lamar Jackson's so young. If he can develop as a pocket passer, the sky's the limit. I think he will too. I think he'll try his damnness to improve as a pocket passer. Who will be the worst NFL team next year? The worst team? I don't know. I don't want to pick on the 49ers, but I think it might be the Niners. Let's fuck around with the clock here. Let's just kick this shit. Boom. Position you think Peppers will play? Strong safety. There we go. Got ourselves a victory. Going to the championship. Where do the Jets draft next year? Again, Jets are pretty much in a rebuild, top 5 pick. They get a top 5 pick next year. They get cutting pretty much all their good old players. They have a top 5 pick in their future. What front office beside the Patriots do I like the most? In terms of drafts, teams that consistently get players that I think will be good, I like the Vikings. The way they've drafted recently. Ravens usually draft very well. Falcons. All right, so we're in the conference championship. Ooh, Patriots. This is a rivalry matchup if I've ever seen one. Are you a legend? I am quite the legend. That is true. The whole mobile quarterbacks won't last. But like, if you look at any interview with Lamar Jackson, he just keeps consisting that he wants to he's gonna be a pocket passer. He wants to be a pocket passer first quarterback. Obviously, it remains to be seen. There's gonna have to be a lot of work to get done there. But I think if you can get him to be a serviceable pocket passer, like serviceable means that you can actually start in the NFL. If you can get him like a low ceiling starter in terms of passing the ball to mix with that elite ability, you toss on 10 pounds to that frame. I mean, RG3 bulked up when he came out of Baylor. Quarterbacks can usually add a little bit there in the midsection. Can I throw the game? No, never. Okay, let's do this. Who will Davis Webb go to? They'll go to a team. I don't want to spoil it. But they're gonna go to a team that may want to look at developing a quarterback. I don't think he's gonna go to a team that will start. Trubisky, boom or bust. I'm gonna say Trubisky will be a average NFL starter, not a franchise quarterback. Oh, the run blocking. Oh, Duggernaut, let's go. Oh, make him say, yeah. Big time touchdown there. It wasn't even a C4 special. Let's get it. Suck it. 69-yard touchdown because he likes to fuck. Well, we got to stay on there. Let's keep running it. Ah. God, I suck at breaking tackles. Thoughts on EDP's analysis? Like I said, I'm going to quit YouTube the day I get more subscribers than EDP because I can die happy. Flacco elite? No, Joe Flacco is not elite. That's the one thing. I think everything that they do for the Baltimore Ravens front office is usually on point, but they were just putting a rock in a hard spot. You can't win the Super Bowl and not pay a free agent quarterback. Most overpaid player in the NFL? Probably Joe Flacco. Nice segue there. After the Cowboys and Patriots, who's your most hated team? Well, it usually is any team that a Manning's on, so we'll have to go with the Giants. Giant fans are just gay Eagles fans. Confirmed. EDP wants Mixon as well. Of course he would piggyback on my opinion. God. Oh. Here we go. Coliseo Assembly with the fucking hands unit out there. Put him out there on onside kicks. He won't Brandon Bostick it. How big will Rodgers' next contract be? I have no idea when it's up, but it'll probably be fairly high. But then again, a guy like Aaron Rodgers seems like he would take less money to have a better team around him. I think he understands that. Should the Eagles get James Conner? I would not be upset with that, honestly, with you. Because that means we'd probably get him. James Conner's probably going 4th, 5th round. I'd be all right with that. James Conner and Jerry McNichols are the two mid-ish round running backs that I'd be all right with. James Conner in comparison with Darren Sproles, that's a smash and dash if I've ever seen it. And that's a nice little C4 special there. You know what it is. 2-minute drill, get some points. Let's just keep running it up here on the Patriots. What team gets Jake Butt? Well, I already had Jake Butt going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, so that's where I think. Is Jai overrated? No. He was good. He would have been drafted higher, but he had a knee injury. That a lot of people, I think it's I don't know what the fuck injury it was exactly. It was like a bone-on-bone knee injury. So people thought the longevity of Jai, they didn't want to invest a high pick in him. But the talent was there, man. He was one of the top running backs in that year's draft class. I think Marlon Mack's not bad at all. Best kicker in the draft is Zane Gonzalez from Arizona State. Oh, come on, Butterfingers. Catch that ball. Say the Bears follow your mock draft. What do you think their record would be? They'll probably get 6, 7 wins. Double their wins from last season. There you go, T.Y. Make a play. Kyle Joseph, rise or fall next year? Rise. He's a stud. Him and Keanu Neal are the future of the safety position in the NFL. Oh my God. My God. I've just missed nothing but field goals here. That was terrible. Again, the wind was pretty crazy on that, but still. My field goal game has got weak. Who's the best corner in the draft? It was Sidney Jones before he got hurt. Now it's Marshawn Lattimore. Oh. All right, we're going to go for the C4 special. It should have fucking ran it. Wasn't paying attention. Or actually, just not. Let's let the Super Sim take over here. How do you think John Ross will do in the NFL? Durability concerns for me, but I think he'll be electrifying playmaker. Opinion on Nathan Peterman. Good middle round quarterback. I don't know if I necessarily would say, this guy here could develop into a franchise, but I think he could be like a Brian Hoyer, a guy that, can get the job done, be a serviceable backup. Opinion on Teddy Bridgewater. Will he ever return? Oh, what a touchdown. I don't know if he'll ever return in the Vikings uniform. It's a tough injury. I don't even know. I didn't even see a video. I don't know if there is video footage of Teddy Bridgewater's injury, but it sounded pretty fucking horrific. The fact that he might miss 2 years. Did his leg fall off? Is that what happened? Oh, yeah. Suck it, Logan Ryan. Go to the Titans. We'll draw out Evans' transition. I think he left college way too early. I think he'll be a flyer quarterback. Should have stayed at Virginia Tech. Maybe he saw Isaiah Ford leaving. He's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Do not know. Florida corners, the combine was not accurate. Florida's corners are good. There's a reason why Florida has won the SEC East with the worst quarterback in the SEC the last 2 years. Corners are a massive. Their secondary has been a massive part of that. Marcus May, Keanu Neal, Brian Poole, Vernon Hargraves, Quincy Wilson, Tease Tabor. The list goes on. Jared Davis. I don't think Gerard Evans was a senior. I thought he was a redshirt sophomore. I don't think he was a senior, man. Oh, come on. Quincy Wilson or Tease Tabor? Tease. We haven't met with Mixon yet. I saw that Bleeding Green Nation. Unless they were clickbaiting the shit out of me. I thought they said that we were gonna work him out. As it's second and 30. Where is Freddie Mitchell when you need him? Shelton Gibson a steal in this year's draft. Well, the fact that he was like everyone thought he was going to be a burner, and then he ran like a 4.5 or something like that. I think he's going to be probably going the third round now. Could be. I mean, he's a deep play specialist that didn't run particularly well, but who wants this? No one wants that ball. All right, cool. Let's just let the Patriots and the Sim get it here. All right, 54 seconds. Let's get this shit. Oh, Alshon. Oh, come on, Alshon. Do this, please. Oh, there we go. Alshon. Cooper Kupp landing spot. He's going to be a nice find for someone probably early third round. There we go. We're going to the Super Bowl. Thank you, Alshon Jeffrey. Thank you very much. If you had a second favorite team, who would it be? Clearly the Dallas Cowboys. Do I like Bo Scarborough? He's a monster. That's for sure. He's one of those guys I don't necessarily think he'll test well at the combine, but he's good. And Derrick Henry kind of added the stigma that all Alabama backs are trash, because Derrick Henry was pretty solid in his limited amount of snaps last year at Tennessee. Will Luke Del Rio start for Florida? Hope not, or else they're going to be terrible next year. Luke Del Rio is ass. He looked good for the first 2 games, then he got hurt and was terrible. So let's go to the Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons here, fellas. Almost an hour-long video. That's pretty cool. Yeah, why do you like the Cowboys? It was a joke. It was a joke. Oh, it was a joke. Such a joke. If I had to pick a team, a second team in the NFL, it'd probably be the Raiders. Would you ever host a connected franchise mode with subs? I don't know how to do that. Probably would never have enough time to do that. But in theory, it sounds interesting. Sounds like it wouldn't be that bad to play. We're going to the Super Bowl here. Nice hour-long stream, not too bad. Then I'm going to go record the 7-round mock draft for the New York Jets so you guys can see that tomorrow. Do you think Zeke would lead the league in rushing behind an average offensive line? Nope. He'd be good. He'd probably be... Like, he's not a bad player at all, but he wouldn't lead the league. I'll tell you that. All right, let's get this. Would I ever play EDP in Madden? I would absolutely play EDP in Madden. Fournette over Zeke all day long. Oh. Why is Atlanta wearing those uniforms? Because those are the best uniforms in the NFL. Do I have an opinion on LeVar Ball? I don't really watch basketball, and the guy just looks like an idiot. Like, he's going to affect his son's career. Like, if I was, what's his dad's name? Lorenzo or Lonzo or something? I'd tell my dad, shut the fuck up. You're making things harder on him. Like, a team right now is going to be drafting him. He's got to see that as baggage. That's probably hurting his draft stock more than anything. Would you smash EDP's girlfriend? I do not think I would smash his right hand, to be honest with you. Would have to pass on EDP's right hand. Let's see if we can get this deep ball going. Fuck. Oh, let's go, Alshon. There you fucking go, baby. That's what Philly just bought right there. Oh, nice. C4 special. Anytime I get the C4 special, let's get it. Well, the Colts are reaching drafting Lamp at 15. Slightly. It's offensive line not big to reach for an offensive lineman there. I think defense. How we'll build some defense for Andrew Luck. Oh, big field goal. Let's get it. Whoa. Dalvin Cook versus Zeke. Zeke. Oh man, this is like a favorable game for me, the way the sim has played thus far. It's 3rd and 2. You know what we're gonna run. You know what we're gonna run. Opinion on the Packers offseason. Good, man. They got the best tight end probably Aaron Rodgers has ever had. Oh my god, are you kidding me? You didn't get that first down, bruh? Come on. Let's get it. I think we'll go for it. We're going for that shit. Barkley versus Zeke. Barkley. Saquon or Charles? I didn't know who you're really talking about there, but Saquon Barkley's a monster. Buda Baker at nickel or free safety? I think maybe more so a nickel. I didn't watch him during the on-field drills. I don't know how fluid he is really in coverage. Anyone out there that says that they scout corners, they don't really scout corners because you're not getting all 22 footage. You pretty much just watch, what they look like off the line. But for how big he is, I just don't see him as he's not big enough. He plays big, but you're not going to be able to. Most running backs will be able to truck him over if he gets to the second level. I want an opinion on Freeman. Good. I like Freeman. I usually hate people from Florida State, and Freeman's good. Hard runner. Everything you want. He can do everything. He can catch the ball. He can run between the tackles. He got speed. No off-field character concerns that I know of. Oh my god, this is a massacre. Fournette or Peterson? What's that mean? Right now or in their prime? In their prime, AP. AP's the best running back I've ever seen. And that's not saying of all time. That's what I personally have seen. Best running back I've ever personally seen from footage. Have to say it's Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State. But AP's the best running back I've ever witnessed in my life. I'm hearing Devonta's just good because of Falcons. I mean, he's good. He has burst. He can break tackles. He has good speed, good hands. Can catch 50, 60 passes a year. He was good before the Falcons upgraded their offensive line. I think it wasn't. He was good before they had Alex Mack and Andy Levitre. If you give Todd Gurley the offense Zeke Elliott had last year, yes, he does. Gurley is one of my favorite running backs in the NFL. He's a beast. As we have 3 touchdowns with Doug Martin right now, by the way. So we're really taking the game over. Let's start throwing the ball. Still a fan of Shady. Maybe once he retires. Marcus Mariota. He's good. Marcus Mariota is solid. Obviously, there's crazy fandom here in Philadelphia when we thought we were going to draft him. But he's been solid. I hope he bounces back from his injury. I'd like to see Tennessee to do well. Oh, there's a 4th touchdown of the game for Doug Martin. He's going off. Goodbye, straight cash, homie. Hopefully I'll never have to set you in timeout again. I hope we learned a lesson today. Is Tevin Coleman better? Tevin Coleman's not better. I think Tevin Coleman will be the guy that will be the odd man out when it's time to pay both of them. Oh my god, rest in peace. Fucking Keanu O'Neal is a goddamn headhunter. I think Tevin Coleman definitely could be. They're both fucking running back ones. How bad would you be if the Giants drafted Mixon? I'd be very upset if that happened. That's under the assumption the Eagles passed on Mixon too, so then the Giants grabbed him. Unless the Giants get him in the first round, then there's really nothing you can do about it. are we setting up the 5th touchdown of the day for Doug Martin? I think we might be. Marshawn or AP? 1A, 1B. That's what it is for my favorite running back. All right, let's get that 5th touchdown of the day here, I think. Oh my God. Let's get it. It's just hilarious. We'll have to take a quick look at that stat line from Doug Martin at the end of this game. Red zone again? Okay. Okay. Whoa, Greg Armstrong coming here like a cuck. You're gone. We have 132 yards and 5 touchdowns right now from the Duggernaut. Warmack or Barbary? It probably will be Barbary, but obviously Warmack has a higher upside. As we're running, the stream here is winding down. Thoughts on Dante Foreman? Skeptical, but it's there. I mean, the tool, he's that big. I think not running at the combine has hurt him. We'll have to see what happens if he does and performs at his pro day. Oh no. Oh no, that wasn't good. Thank God Desmond Trufant has brick hands. Who taught him to catch like Nelson Aguilar? Alright, who did that? What's Warmack's upside? He was a first round draft pick out of the University of Alabama. And Philadelphia has the Alabama offensive line coach while he was at Alabama. So we may be able to get him to play like the top 10. Wasn't he top 10 too? Top 10 draft pick that he was. So there's upside there. You're not done. But all things considered, Titans have a really good offensive line. If they can't make it work, I'm going to say that, you might want to dim your expectations a little bit down. Eagles fans. All right. How many more years for Brent Selleck? I'm going to say 1. I think next year will be his final year. How high would you take Sidney Jones? Mid-second round would be the highest. Who do you think will win the QB battle for the University of Texas? It'll probably be Buechele, personally. Oh, on the 1 year. Let's get 6 touchdowns for Doug Martin in the stream here. Selleck or Burton? Trey Burton all day. Florida Gators, baby. Trey Burton probably has the best. Trey Burton probably had the best hands on the team last year, as that is the 6th rushing touchdown of the game for Doug Martin. My God, this is a legendary performance here. And we win the Super Bowl. Let me just get a final quick look here at that stat line as we wrap the video up. Thank you guys for tuning in for a live stream. Look at that. 36 attempts, 155 yards, and 6 touchdowns from Doug Martin. We also had another one. Oh, that was their team. So, quite the performance. They'll got to live on in the annals of history here on Beast Mode TV. Thank you guys for tuning in for another live stream. The next time we live stream, it could very well be again tomorrow. I have no idea, to be completely honest with you. But I am trying to work my way through these series as quickly as possible. So, you never know. But follow me on Twitter at beastmode_TV, where I will be posting updates when I will be live streaming next, if you guys want to catch that one. Thank you all for watching. This is your first time stopping by. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Spread the word to your friends, to your family, to your drug dealer that, your boy C4 is doing work here on YouTube. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.